Hello friends, and welcome to another episode of Team Jesus Outdoors. Hey guys, today we're at the range. We're zeroing in a couple of our rimfire scopes on our Marlin Model 60s and a Savage B22. Today we want to talk about our favorite rimfire scopes. What makes a really good rimfire scope?
Let's try it again. Alright.
Here we go. I'm going at your left side.
My left side. Oh, that's a sight for sore eyes.
Hey fellas, if you love shooting 22 rimfire rifles like my boys and I do, it is well worth investing a little bit of money in a decent rimfire scope.
You are 1 inch low.
1 inch?
Yep.
16 clicks?
Yep. That was a pretty decent guesstimate of clicks that you just did. Alright.
Alright, let's see how close we are, Joe. I'm going bottom right bullseye. The green bullseye, bottom right.
Yep.
This is something that I've been experimenting with for the last 3, 4, 5 years. I've really tried to take our rimfire precision to the next level. And I've done so on a budget. I have a collection. I have 3 of these Marlin Model 60s. These are arguably some of the most reliable and accurate semi-auto rimfire rifles ever built. And there's been millions of them built. Most rimfire enthusiasts have either owned one of these or a Ruger 1022. Both of them just incredible guns. Very reliable. Very accurate for what it is. But if you've ever owned one of these, you know that it probably came with a little piece of garbage scope like this. In fact, this was one of the better ones. This one was a Bushnell rather than a Tasco. But these little piece of garbage 4 power by 15 millimeter scopes were very, very common on Marlin Model 60s. And these scopes were complete junk. I've thrown several of these in the garbage. They might be fine on a BB gun at 10 yards or so. They have a terrible eye box, terrible eye relief, just complete garbage. So I've upgraded all of our Model 60s to a 4x32 fixed power scope. Fellas, I absolutely love a fixed power scope. Fixed power scopes just have a tendency to have a great eye box. They have excellent eye relief. And on a 22, you can't go wrong with a 4x32. And the best part is you don't have to break the bank to do it. One of my favorites is the Simmons 22 mag fixed 4x32. These things retail around 50 bucks. You can find them cheaper all day long. I think I'm into this one for 30 bucks. In fact, if you're on a really, really tight budget, I think you can look no further than a fixed power 4x32 in either a Simmons or a Bushnell. One of the things that I've experimented with over the last few years is I've taken some centerfire rifle scopes off of a centerfire rifle that I've upgraded the scope on, and I've thrown a centerfire rifle scope on a rimfire rifle. The problem with that is that most of your centerfire scopes come from the factory with a fixed set parallax at 100 or 150 yards. Most of your rimfire scopes will come from the factory preset with a parallax set at 50 yards. Most squirrel hunters are doing most of their squirrel hunting inside of 50 yards. And really the most effective range of our rimfire rifles is inside of 50 yards. That little 40 grain bullet really starts to drop out beyond 50 yards. Now, one of the things I'm experimenting with right now, and really my opinion's still out yet, on my Savage B22 bolt action, I'm experimenting with a variable scope. This one happens to be a Bushnell drop tine 3 to 9 power, and it's actually an illuminated reticle, which is kind of cool, although I'm not sure I'm finding it to be as useful as I had hoped it to be. My criteria for my testing has been I'm only testing scopes $100 or less, and I was able to get this Bushnell drop zone 3 to 9 by 40 right at $100. Now, there was a couple of other scopes that I really wanted to test this with, and I didn't pick them up because they were just over $100, and I actually may do that later this year. One of them is the Vortex Crossfire 2, which is a 2 to 7 by 32 scope. That scope comes in at just over $100. Retails for a little bit more, but I find it regularly for just over $100. But another one is a Crimson Trace 3 to 9 by 40, also with a BDC reticle. And that Crimson Trace also has an illuminated reticle. But the best deal I could find on that was in the neighborhood of $130. So in an attempt to truly trying to keep this a budget-friendly discussion, I've stuck to only scopes I could get for $100 or less. And what I'm really trying to decide with this Bushnell, which has really nice glass, it is fully multi-coated, it's got a really nice eye box. Not that eye relief matters a whole ton with a 22, but it's got a very comfortable eye relief. So far I've been happy with the Bushnell, but I'm still not convinced that I like a variable scope better than a fixed 4-power scope. That's going to take a little bit more squirrel hunting to determine that. But friends, if you want to take your rimfire shooting to the next level, find yourself a decent fixed 4-power rimfire scope. I think you'll enjoy shooting your 22s a whole lot more. You'll find an improvement in your accuracy with your 22, and I really think you'll drop a few more squirrels this year. Without question, one of my favorite budget rimfire scopes is clearly the Hawk Vantage fixed power 4x32 scope. This thing is so clear, it's absolutely incredible, and comes in at under $100. The other rimfire scope that clearly stands out as one of the best budget scopes has to be, as I've already mentioned, the Simmons 22 mag fixed 4x30 scope. This is just a great scope. Fellas, thanks for watching another episode of Team Jesus Outdoors. Guys, like I always say, there's only two kinds of men in this world. There are men that need Christ, and there are men that need more of Christ. I hope that you will take a good hard look at your spiritual condition, and I hope that in 2025 you will pursue the things of God. And we'd love to help you out with that if you fellas would go over and check out our other channel, TJO Men's Ministries, where we talk about faith, we talk about God, the Bible, and we talk about the Lord. Fellas, have a very happy new year. God bless. Tight lines. We'll see you guys on the water.